Hey everyone, it's Lisa with the Dodd Group on Etsy. Today I'm working on a junk journal that combines two of our kits, Butterflies in Bloom and Baroque Floral #1. Say that 3 times fast. I've practiced over and over. Here I'm gluing down some stacked pockets from the Baroque Floral. All the edges have been inked with black ink on these pockets. I'm going to cover up some of this New York Times headline. I'm making this into one large pocket, so I'm only gluing 3 sides. And after this video, my next video, I'll be working on the cover, sewing in a hidden spine, so check out that video. This is one of the cards from the Baroque. I'm just going to use it as a side pocket inside this flip. I've used Tim Holtz dolls several places, some coffee dyed flip out papers for journaling, and let's see what else. Oh, some Tim Holtz embellishments, of course. This is a old yearbook. Lots of little places to tuck things here and there. So that's one of the 3 signatures. Here's another one. Little film strip there. Tuck spot under some lace. I use a lot of book pages from a Renaissance, I believe, artist book. I call this an edge clip. You just fold it in half, roughly, and glue it down over the edge. You can glue it completely down or use it as a tuck spot. There you go. I'm just centering it along the vertical. Just going to add a smidge of art glitter glue so that I can use this as a tuck spot, put maybe a document in here. It's a lot of trial and error, what works, what doesn't. I noticed that when I removed this book page from the book, of course created some holes, so I'm going to cover these up with washi tape. It's a good idea to add a little glue just to secure that down, and don't do like me and get glue all over your table. It's not for a want of paper towels. I have them everywhere, as you can see. But the glue is just going to make sure that tape stays down. This is the part of the page that's going to be under stress from the binding. Going to use a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, I believe you call it. And smoosh, smoosh, smoosh. Make sure I get it folded back the way that it's supposed to go. Even up my page. And I thought this big butterfly looked good. Of course, I want to add some interest, so I'm going to add a page from Shakespeare, A Midsummer Night's Dream. think that'll add a lot of interest. There's some words that I'm going to circle just to drive a point home. Get this glued down with my Oohoo. I save these catalogs to soak up the glue. And smush it down again. I like to lay a paper towel over the book pages so that I don't rip them. I'd rather rip the paper towel than the book page. I've done that many times. The glue will get the page a little soggy and it will rip. I'm using, I think it's like an oil-based artist pencil. Not really sure, but I'm circling Let Me Go. I thought that was pretty cool. And if you smudge it a little bit with your finger, it just looks like it's been there for a long time. The kit comes with 12, I call them sentiment tiles. I'm going to use this one as a little tiny pocket, maybe put a ticket or something in there. It also has the black soot Tim Holtz ink around the edges. Going to look for a black sentiment from Timmy. And I always like to try to make sure everything stays where I want it. It doesn't come up after years of flipping through it. So I'm going to add a little glue, mash it down. There you go. Now this is a very old college annual yearbook. It's damaged, so it's not really worth anything to anybody. I'm snipping out some pages. I use my Cricut tools more outside of the Cricut world than in the Cricut world. My little pick comes in handy. And I think this strip of people would look great just right here. I'm using my deckled edge ruler. Make sure it's not too wide. I think this book was called The Athena. I'll have to look to see what college it is. I think it's in Ohio. But most of the pages weren't good for anything. Nobody would want this as an heirloom, believe me. But I think they will look great right here. Just seeing which side looks better. Try to scoop up the big globs of Oohoo that you invariably get. And retract the glue a little and scrape them up. They can tend to tear the pages. This page is pretty thick. It's glossy too. Yeah, cover with a paper towel so you don't rip the pictures there. There we go. And I'm just pilfering around with stuff that I've already printed from other kits, other designers. I like this one. I think it looks good with the butterfly. It's not our kit. And I'm sorry, I don't know whose kit it's from. I have a bad habit of just buying and printing and not really labeling them, which is probably not a good thing, but Apologies if this is your kit and I don't mention you. But I thought this would cover up a couple of the panels of this glossy book. It's just a hair too long, but I'm going to take it all the way to the edge to cover up the stitching, where I stitched down some sari silk on the edge of the page. And who doesn't love junk mail catalogs? You probably won't use them in your journals, but they are certainly great for glue books. I used to order from this catalog all the time when I had an office job and had office wear. Now, not so much. I have pajama wear. Just kidding. Okay, get that all the way over those stitches and easily smooth it out. This paper's pretty thick. It's not cardstock, but it's a thicker copy paper. And of course I have everything to the side. Just try different things. That's the big thing about junk journaling. You know, what goes where? What do I glue down where? We'll just pull things out, lay them down, move them around. Arrange twice, glue once, maybe you could say. But this Uhu glue has been really my go-to glue for larger pieces that you want to glue down. It stays. I have never had it curl up or roll up. Just have to make sure you get the big globs scooped up and redistributed. And this will add a great little place for someone to paste some pictures or do some journaling. It's light enough where if you used a black pen or you'd be able to read it just fine. I mean, it's a journal after all. And that doesn't quite fit. I like that Van Gogh piece. Leave it out. All right, we'll try to find where I had it in our second signature. Do a little Tim Holtz there. Maybe that will stick down in there. There you go. Good place for it for now. I love those butterflies. I don't want to cover up too much of the artwork from the book. It's just beautiful. All right, there's number 2. We'll probably come back to that. And we just did this earlier. See if we can find a place for something else. That would almost fit, but not really. We'll find a place for it. And here we go. So I love these pictures. I hate to cover them up, but sometimes you just need some journaling space. I love these edge clips. I try to include them in most of the kits that we have on Etsy. I think they're a big statement to me. They just make a big statement. You don't have to print on the underside. I did. I wasn't sure if I was going to use them as a big card or an edge clip, but here we are. And again, this is somebody else's. Not sure who, but I tend to print things and just stick them in a 3-drawer cabinet that's to my left, and then I just pull them out. tear them up. And glue them back down. When my friends ask, what do you do all day? I say I tear paper apart and then I glue it back together. And it's kind of fun. So we know this is going to be the base. It's going to cover up a lot of the wording from the book. It's very cold in the craft room. We keep it cool. I think we have it set on 67, which is very cool. Yeah, use your paper towel to smush it down. This is my Cricut scraper. It can definitely tear pages. So it's a little crooked, but it's a junk journal. So let's see if we have any Tim Holtz people. I love Tim Holtz people. You could just do anything with them. And they have a glare, so it's going to be a little difficult to see. And it almost looks like they would be good side by side, but his legs are not long enough, in my opinion. But she looks good. This little piece is from another one of our kits. I can't recall the name of it, but it's torn wallpaper, I believe. And it's just already collaged. And this is the little Tim Holtz Curiosity card. And just put things down, move them around, change your mind. You'll see me change my mind quite frequently. No wrong way to collage. I don't even end up using this map piece. So I'm going to use that as a side pocket. This is kind of a narrow page with respect to the other pages in the journal. So I think if it is a right opening, it will still be deep enough to hold everything. So if I smush her down towards the bottom, and you can kind of see the word curiosity once I get it all glued down. And you could have used that as a pocket also. I'm just going to have so many pockets already. And she looks pretty good. She looks like she's kind of sitting on the piece of wood from the image below her. So it just doesn't seem right. Once I have everything down, it just seems too big, and it's gonna kind of get in the way of the side loading pocket. So just put a little script again from someone else's Etsy shop. I apologize. I buy, print, and cut and put in a drawer, and then pull it out as I need. So that adds just a little interest to the top. She's at the bottom of the page, so that kind of makes that even out. And stick a little card in there, and it'll poke out a little bit, but that's fine. In my next video, I'm going to work on the hardcover, so stay tuned for that. And I think it needs a little sentiment. Just remember to add your glue, and it should stay forever.